Okay, so today I'm going to try and show you how to paint this geode. I'm going to start by roughing in the basic shape with some watered down kind of purple color. I'm using it to try and think about the different facets, different flat shapes that make up the geode. I'm also going to leave behind the white kind of rim between the amethyst part of the geode and kind of the shell. Still just roughing in big color, trying to push and pull the red and the blue. At the end I think I probably leaned too hard on the blue. At that point I could probably glaze the whole thing with a red, try and shift it a little bit. Here I go, I'm using kind of a stippling technique to kind of get some of those teeny crystals that are in the white. Again, not painting every detail, but trying to represent the big picture with paint. Got that light side on the right, dark side on the left, with kind of in the front, there's a medium side. I'm going to start roughing in those darks even further. Some watered down phthalo blue, the alizarin crimson, which is maybe the cadmium red dark, or just like dark red, and sometimes have a little black mixed into it. Trying to make little marks. Again, not painting exactly what I see, but trying to use some of the natural effects of the brush to represent some of the textures and the detail. Thinking about how the facets grow and kind of like a pointed shape out, chunky points, getting that crust reestablished. That's a kind of a blue, black, gray color. Shading the part of the white that's got more shadow on it. Shading the table. There's kind of a brown part of the crust that sticks out right there. Use some of that color I mixed for the table in the other demo. Now I'm going to come in with the lights. First I'm going to water them down. You can see, like, when I first put them on, they look more intense, and then as they dry they get darker. That's because it's real watered down. It's going to help me layer lots of little textures that way. Now I'm going to stipple it with a little less water, pick up some of the texture in the crystals. There's some additional colors in the crystal that I noticed in the picture. Come back in with thicker white, a little less watered down. It's not fully thick, like straight paint. It is watered down a little bit, but it's watered down quite a bit less. And as it starts to dry, when you're painting, you can kind of like loosely draw it across the paper and get some of those skipping textures, or the bristles will create more texture when you're doing that white part. Pushing the darks again and reforming some of the shapes that I had in the dark. Not the best lighting situation here, but hopefully you can see just general big loose shapes and colors that represent the geode. If you look at the photograph, it's not that much different. If you wanted to, you could take a little more time to find some of those planes more carefully, but that's pretty much the general idea of how I'd paint that.